Hello again, Michael Friedberg here from beautiful North Carolina, and today I have another shaving soap for review. It is from West of Olympia, and this is the Barbershop scent. Let me just show you what it looks like in the container. Comes in one of these large plastic tubs with the easy screw top. It's normally 4 ounces of soap. The soap is very soft, a little bit tacky to the touch. This is another beef tallow and lanolin based soap. So if you're allergic to lanolin, then this is not the soap for you. Well, the Barbershop scent, and Barbershop of course covers kind of a very wide range of scents, I think. But in this particular case, this to me smells a really nice mix of sort of powder and lemon with a very nice light floral scent to it. It also contains oak moss and patchouli, but for me, the real scent profile is a wonderful mix of a powdery, floral lemon scent with just beautiful, light, clean, fresh scent. As I said, it is a tallow and lanolin based soap. It also is it's a coconut oil based soap and does include shea butter as well. So we'll talk about the performance as we go through the shave. Today's razor is going to be the Maggard V3 head. So let me just start off with the base plate, the top cap. Today's blade is going to be a Voskhod on its fourth shave. The base plate, of course, includes the washer, and it's really nice actually because the way the base plate is designed, it actually has a bit of an indent anyway, and the washer fits in there quite nicely. So very simple design on the head. It's Edwin Jaggery D8090, but with a few small differences to point out, which I'll do during the shave. And I'm using another custom handle from the same person who lent me last week's handle. This one is even more focused on sort of ease of use and ergonomics, which works out in 2 of the 3 passes for me, but not one of them, which you'll see as we get to the against the grain. So let me just go ahead and assemble the razor. No great magic there. You're really just screwing the pieces together. All right. Make sure that's good and tight. And there you go. So you can see there's quite a bit of blade exposed, but it does not make that really an aggressive razor. We'll talk about the feel of the shave in just a moment. Today's brush is my original Rod Neep custom. This is the olivewood hourglass handle. This knot continues to shed hairs. I don't know exactly when that's going to stop, or if it's ever going to stop. I'm going to continue using it until it is just, done, and then I'll replace it. The knot, that is, the handle, that's going to stay with me forever. All right, let me wet my face, and then we'll start lathering up. I have a pretty fair size sample pressed into the Captain's Choice bowl. The soap has been very easy to work with all week. Very quick and easy to lather. Let me just show you what I have in the bowl. Plenty for today's shave. Now, it's a Badger brush, so there's no need for soaking. I'm just gonna wet it through, make sure it's good and warm. I'm just, sort of bobbing it up and down in the warm water in the sink. I'm gonna shake out almost all the water and start with in this case, relatively dry brush. I'm gonna drip just a tiny bit of water into the bowl. You can see it's glistening a little bit. Yeah, this is a tallow and lanolin based soap, and so, I don't know if there's a kind of an immediate face feel difference, but at least for me, this has a particular face feel to it that reminds me a little bit of the Hustlingers, the Schafsmilch soap, and a little bit of the Meersal emulsion, which I think is just sort of the face feel of the lanolin. Dry brush, a little bit of water added to the soap. As you can see, there is really no problem getting that soap loaded. I'm going to continue to load for a moment. I'm going to add just a touch of water into the bowl. That's what the brush looks like so far. That looks pretty good already, but I'm going to add a bit more. I do always during these week-long shaves, always try to either try to underload at least one day just to see what happens. It's like every soap you underload, you just don't have enough soap. Go figure. All right. That's looking pretty good. That is looking pretty good. As you can see, there's an errant hair already beginning to poke out. There we go. That's looking pretty good. I am going to scoop out all of that lather. we go, put that down gently. Ah, that looks pretty good. So, wet my face again. Soap, the scent strength on the soap is pretty good actually. And that scent stays with you throughout the shave. So if you're looking for a soap that has a bit of a longer scent life, well, then definitely put this on the list. As you can see, no issue building a lather. Now, I know that looks like a lot, and that is, but I'm going to add a bit of water to it anyway. Yeah, just it's another new artisan soap out of Washington, and really impressed by just how much energy people are putting into bringing these products to market. It seems like there's just somebody new every week or every month, or people's every week or every month. And I have to say, I really commend people's commitment to the marketplace to continue to push forward and bring soaps out and try to compete either on soap scents or maybe on focusing on lather performance or combination of packaging or whatever else it might be. As crowded as the market seems right now, there's still people absolutely willing to give it a go, and I for one salute you. There we go. Look at that, beautiful, beautiful lather. As you can see, a little dense, creamy. I'm not going to add any more water to that, but I likely will for the second and third pass. There we go. Yeah, I for one like a tallow-based soap, and for me, lanolin does work well, and it's a great combination. So this soap definitely piqued my interest. I'm very grateful for them for sending it on for review. Okay, the Maggard V3 head. As I said, definitely a lot like the D89, and there's one characteristic of this razor which really reminds me of the D89, and this is completely me. This isn't so much the razor design, but I find it oddly easy to have the razor turn somehow, and these corners, which are relatively sharp, poke. Now, I don't think that in the end this razor is quite as comfortable as the D89. It's just a touch more blade feel. But that doesn't make it in any way uncomfortable. Very, very easy razor head to use. Now the shape of the handle is designed, I think, primarily if you have trouble making a small, tight grip and you need something with kind of an open finger posture. Very easy to hold with your finger underneath the handle. Easy position at the top. Makes for a very easy shave, at least for me, for the first two passes. Now I will say, by the way, with regards to the blade, the Voskhod, as much as I love them, definitely a little bit rougher and not nearly as smooth as the Silver Blues. Flip side, I paid $5 for 100 from Russia, so that's a pretty hard deal to pass up. There we go. All right, almost done with the first pass. Yeah, I have to say, really liking the soap. Really easy to work with. I like the scent. It's just a very nice kind of clean, fresh, lightly lemony, nice touch of the powder. There we go. Rinse my face a little bit. All right, now I'm just gonna pull off some of the lather on the sides there, which is beautiful, creamy, dense lather. We'll keep lathering up a little bit. This brush has a tendency to force the lather, as you can see, sort of down and out, so you just use your finger, just pull it up and over. But you can see how much that lather is holding together. There we go. And we'll see how much we still have for the third pass. I have a sneaking suspicion we may just have enough, but if not, I'll just load a bit more from the bowl. All right, pass number 2. This is the across the grain. This part of the shave with this handle, still pretty good. And I think I said last week, it's funny because it had not really occurred to me even to think about, guy, you see how I'm rinsing that off. You see how dense that is? Give that another good rinse. Really hadn't even occurred to me to sort of go down the custom handle route. And I have to say that is in part because the handles that I have, generally speaking, work very, very well. I don't really feel there's like a yawning chasm where there's just no handle that works for me. But then again, I don't have an issue holding some of the smaller, more, sort of narrow handles. And if you do, for a number of reasons, maybe you have arthritis, any number of reasons why you might need a slightly larger and just a different design on the handle. Really nice. I mean, this, moments like this, we just easy glide. Soap is just working really well. Yeah, I feel like the blade somehow, for some reason, is already starting to, peter out a little bit. But 4 shades into it, it's not much of a surprise. I will say, this is their first razor. I think the only thing to really watch out for here is just the pressure. I'm just going to make sure that this happened to me. There we go. Just tightening up a little bit. All right, let's rinse off. Second pass done. All right. And when you rinse the soap, by the way, very nice residual slickness there. Like you can feel. Yep, nice. So far, been very happy with the soap. Like the scent. Nice, easy, fresh, clean scent. No issue with the lather at all. Very easy to work with. I think the soap has been designed primarily to provide kind of a high value option. It's a relatively low cost soap, and the focus on sort of nothing fancy, straight up, straight on, just good lather performance. So a relatively small number of ingredients, but with the sort of a ratio, a focus on making sure that you're getting a good slick lather and then very good post shave. You just add a bit of water to the brush. You can see right away, very easy to build, slick protective lather right there, no effort at all. Yeah, I really, really like this brush, and it's a bummer that it's kind of fallen, that the knot is slowly but surely just, over the course of the shaves, at some point, in the far, far distant future, I hope, at some point the knot will just be done and I can remove it carefully and replace it with something else. But until then, I'm just gonna keep using it. Okay, this is the against the grain pass. Now, here is where this handle for me does not work so well. For some reason, I'm turning it a little bit too much, and that's leading to the occasional poke. Oh, there's a bristle. And that's probably because of the way that I'm holding it. So I'm only really holding it with 3 fingers, sort of a, inverted pencil style. And because the handle's heavy, that part of the shave is a little bit harder for me because I'm having to pinch it to hold it. So that's actually putting more strain than it would normally put. Yeah, right there. It's actually, I'm buffing because I like to buff, but I find myself straining to hold the razor in kind of really what I feel like is a simple, safe way. I think I would have made this, if it was my own design, I think I would have gone for something slightly smaller, but then again, I don't really have issues with my hands, so, I'm not in any position to judge. Whatever works for you. Yeah, and by the way, just happened to notice the other day, just looking at this particular part of my chin, those hairs don't in fact grow down, they actually grow out that way. They think they used to grow down. But I noticed that it felt more comfortable kind of shaving at an angle for that third pass, and maybe that's why. For the final pass. All right, I'm going to do a very quick touch up under my chin. That hair, for some reason, is just increasingly tough. And so what I've done every morning this week, just as a trial, is just a very quick, no buffing, just kind of a light, simple, just run over those spots again. And that's in part because I think the hair is it's just tough there now, and it also seemed to be slightly sort of more multi-directional. Just a very, very quick touch-up pass there. Worked out really well. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that soap has worked really, really well this week. Rinsing it is a little bit tough in the sense that there is a residual layer of slickness, which is both good and bad. As you can see, I'm using the extremely advanced alternating left and right technique. I'm going to go now. I'm going to try it That was the 2-1-1 technique, which again, I think was popular in Romania in the 1920s and is making kind of a comeback right now. All right, let me towel off my face. There we go. Yeah, as always, 2 days of growth, and that turned out really, really well. As you can see, a very nice, clean, no irritation, no hot spots. Wow, very nice. And the post-shave feel, that's because of the lanolin and the shea butter. Face feels really good. There's a bit of a kind of a slightly residual slick feeling to it. No heat, no real tightness in the skin. Very, very nice. Okay, well, I'm going to cap that off with the Barrister and Mann. This is the classic, which is a remake of the Gillette Sun Up. Now, as you may remember, I had the soap, and I only bought the soap, and I passed on the aftershave, and Barrister and Mann was kind enough to provide a bottle of this, which I did try to pay for, but they would not let me. So thank you once again, Barrister and Mann, for this aftershave, which I'm going to be using not with the soap, but for today, but in the future for sure. I've been splashing this on quite liberally. Oh man, aftershave just feels so good going on. It's a wonderful mix of alcohol and witch hazel, zero burn. The scent is one of those ones that just, it starts off, oh, you can sort of smell the other aftershave ingredients a bit in the first 30 seconds, maybe the first minute, but then once it dries down, man, the scent just warms up. Oh, it's beautiful. It just brings a smile to my face. And I have to say, really, really like this scent. It just continues to improve over the next couple minutes, and then it just sort of blossoms and opens up, and oh, so good. Wow. Well, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, that's just another beautiful, clean shave. I just, you know what? I don't know what to say. I'm just going to stop right there. Let's just review what we've used for today. I'm going to walk away with a big smile on my face. So, item number 1. Oh, God, this smells so good. All right, so item number 1 is West of Olympia. This is their Barbershop scent. Let me just show you the soap again so you can see. Beef tallow, lanolin, shea butter, coconut oil, beautiful light. Yeah, just a very nice mix. For me, the 3 scents I get is a powdery floral citrus scent. Just a very nice light, very, very pleasant. Really enjoyed the soap. Easy to work with, lathers immediately. As you could see, a beautiful, dense, creamy lather. Good slickness, very good post-shave. No issues with heat or tight skin after the shave. Very, very nice stuff. And thank you very much for sending that through for review. Today's razor is the Maggard V3 head on this custom handle that's been loaned to me. As I said, this razor head, very similar to the Edwin Jagger D89. I think it is, at least for me, it is not quite as comfortable, but that doesn't mean that it's uncomfortable. It's just slightly less comfortable than D89. Both those razors, I for some reason have a tendency to poke myself with those corners. I think there's a bit more blade exposure on this head, and a bit more blade feel when you're shaving, but in the scheme of things, a very easy razor to use, on top of this crazy oversized custom handle designed for persons who have a bit more difficulty holding something a little bit smaller. For me, this handle works great in the first 2 passes and not so much in the third, because, like maybe many of you, I tend to hold the handle with only 3 fingers at the bottom. But a very cool idea, and I really applaud the person for just sort of stepping out there a little bit and trying out some different designs. Just what works for him, I think it's fantastic. Also, when you put it down, there's no way it tips over, so that's a big plus. And then, of course, Barrister and Mann, the classic, absolutely wonderful range of aftershaves. I really like the way these feel in the face. It's a beautiful mix of alcohol and witch hazel, and there's a variety of other ingredients. Really works extremely well for my skin. The scent is fantastic, just continues to just warm and open up. So good. So good. All right, and then of course, last but not least, my sort of slightly ever-suffering rod Neep custom olive wood. Beautiful, beautiful badger knot, although it is, you know, I guess slightly shedding. Not to worry, it is a faithful companion and I will be faithful to it. I think that's it for today. I've covered all the products. That was, again, a beautiful, God, just a wonderful shave. And I hope you guys are enjoying the same kinds of shaves. Thank you again so much for watching. I appreciate the time you're taking to watch these. Of course, as always, please feel free to leave a comment against this video or any previous video. And until next time, goodbye.